Yeah, he called him
a
cone.
cone.
Like ice cream cone because he's sweet. Is
No,
that
like
what he's
orange
thinking?
No,
parking
like a
cone.
traffic cone that you just
Oh,
stationary and you go around it.
I thought he was from an ice cream cone, called him sweet. Like, oh damn.
Because it's sweet.
What did he also say? He said that nobody in the league, including Paul George, is scared of Phoenix. He said he talked to Paul George directly, and those are his words.
Throwing names.
Which Paul George, I feel like you shouldn't be slandering anybody for underperforming in the playoffs, but hey, that's just me. Anything else?
My man's was making his rounds.
Yeah, he definitely making his rounds.
Because he was on First Take, but he was also on
Get Up.
The Get Up, yeah, with JJ Redick and them. And I'm just like, okay, so he on the world tour.
I mean, it's all done in the same place. Like,
yeah, true. It's
He just stayed here.
I was gonna say,
He's just boxing studio to studio.
Hey, I don't got nowhere to be.
He went from the 4th floor to the 3rd floor. That's all that happened.
We need you down the hall now, sir.
Yeah, exactly.
Make a left at the elevator.
He ain't got shit going on.
And then I know Matt Barnes was then in defense of Chris Paul on NBA Today, saying that basically Pat Beverley ain't important enough in the league to be calling out Chris Paul at any point, which I don't disagree. But also, this is the same Patrick Beverley that got ejected and suspended for pushing Chris Paul in the back unprovoked.
Oh, yeah,
so there is personal animosity that is being exercised in this instance. But yeah, he got on TV and wasn't afraid to, say what was on his mind.
Yeah, and they look. ESPN was eating it all up.
That they did.
Maybe we have more.
He gave them all the views. Everybody was talking about Pat Bev after he was on their shows. Yeah. Seeing them with Stephen A, seeing them with JJ Redick, seeing them with Green. Like, it just, they hit on some entertaining content. But Pat Bev was being player hater of the year. He's the player haters ball.
Exactly.
The player haters ball.
It definitely was.
He was hate. It's just interesting to see an active player doing that.
Yes.
Like, on TV. Like, Draymond be saying stuff on TV, but he's never said nothing like that. Like, I saw his stuff with Kendrick Perkins in the post game where he called him an ogre and all this other stuff, but nothing like. But Kendrick Perkins is also a retired player. Like, it's different seeing him attack somebody who's in the game. Like, I felt like Dame's tweet. Like, what did he do to you? What did he do to you?
What did Russ say? Ironically, what did Russ say to Dame? I've been busting that ass for years. That's what Chris Paul did. Also, I wonder, like, Chris Paul is the reason that Pat Beverley ended up on the Clippers because they got traded for one another. So I wonder if, like, that is a thing that happens in the league where it's like you disrupted my life basically because you got me traded from a team that I was happy on.
Damn, like, you hold that against the player?
I mean, I'm saying, like, if somebody forces their way to your team and the only way that they can get to that team is by trading your contract, like, and he come in and take your position, like, I wonder, these are super competitive people. Like, I'm wondering if there is some type of, like...
Took that as disrespect.
Yeah.
Damn. I never really thought about that. Like, I've thought about the idea of, like, because I know some players be like, oh, well, at least I got traded for Chris Paul. You know what I mean? Like, younger, more in his prime Chris Paul. Like, some people feel, I've seen that being said before, like, oh, shit, at least it wasn't for nobody. Like, at least it was just, so-and-so. But, yeah, I never thought about it like that, where it's like, you uprooting me because you want to be over here. Huh. But either way it goes, like, this motherfucker, he really went around just talking greasy with everybody.
Yeah.
Like, he ain't got to be in this league next year and see these cats.
Like, it ain't gonna be on site, bro. Like,
it's funny though seeing other players' responses to, like, I mentioned the Dame talking about, like, who hurt you, and someone's like, oh, well, Pat Bev numbers weren't too bad, and Dame's like, because nobody was guarding that man. Like, stop it. KD out here posting old Kanye tweets talking about he running around like he pot, saying that these stop in regard to role players talking like stars, but all that has sent me on just like a spiral, because I was like, okay, I wonder if Pat Bev had said anything on Twitter, any of the comments from actual other Hoopers. Pat Bev, he say nothing except to Dame. He tweeted Dame and said, hey, your coach has my phone number with praying hands. So now I was like, oh, let me see if Dame says something back. I go to Dame. I don't see look on his likes because you can find petty things in like. And I saw that Dame liked the tweet that was saying like, "Hey, DeAndre Ayton, just come on, quit playing around, come get this, do what's best for you, and come get this ring with Dame." Dame liked the tweet. And I think that's real interesting coming off the heels of this Suns playoff exit, given the fact that it ended with Ayton feeling, disrespected on some level by his coach, by the team. I like that duo.
Yeah,
I like an Ayton Dame duo.
I can see that. I can see a Dame. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, and Portland got the money.
Yeah,
they got nothing but money. Ain't got nobody else.
They cleared out all their money. I think Nurkic is still under contract, which might entice Phoenix to do like a signing trade. Like, okay, we can at least get a starting center back.
Mm-hmm.
And they got Anthony Simmons or Simons.
Yeah, they not giving him, but
right. So I'm saying, like, he already got his backcourt made with them. So now you pick up another big man, and with Aiden's caliber, I can see that working out over there for Portland. And like you said, they got the money. They got a nice pick now in the draft that they can probably. That's why I was like, I don't know if they're gonna keep it or not, because you can move that high pick for another vet or another decent player.
Yeah.
And now you back into, all right, we're trying to win more so now than later instead of grabbing this rookie. Right? But the rookie's been coming in kind of hooping.
Yeah.
Like
different breed of hoopers.
Yeah. Like the last two classes haven't been bad.
This class ain't bad. Like I'm not trying to shit on it, but like the consensus going into this draft is that this year's a down year. Next year should be like
another like last 2 years.
Like, yeah.
Because like up and down these last two drafts, it's kind of like, okay, you've been getting kind of contributors everywhere. We'll see though.
And really, like that usually just extends to like the top couple picks. It's like if there's not like a clear cut, like, oh, this is a franchise guy, like they're like, oh, this ain't a great draft. So like there more than likely are gems to be found, but like it's just teams actually have to do their homework this year and like go and actually try to find, okay, who fits correctly, like who's ready to come in and contribute, who has the skill set that we need. Like they actually have to do like that legwork, not just okay, this dude's talented, so we're gonna grab him and bring him in.
That's fair. I can see that. But no, Beverley wanted to be the last one.
One thing that I did see about Ayton also is that Phoenix and Indiana had trade discussions near mid-season, well, around the trade deadline. They didn't get far, but there is thought that Pacers will be in on Ayton as well this summer. And they're one of the few teams that actually has max cap space, so it's another one to watch for.
I mean, you can if they wanted to do a swap of bigs, Miles Turner's still available.
Well, I mean, they have money outright. Like, now, do they want to go back and get two centers again when they just traded Sabonis for that same reason? Probably not. But it's Pacers, so who knows? All right, the other Western Conference semifinal series that wrapped up last week was Golden State defeating the Memphis Grizzlies in 6. That was like one of the angriest playoff series that I can remember in recent history. Like you had numerous ejections, you had a lot of back and forth allegations about people being dirty.
Whoop that trick,
and then the trip whooped back. What else happened? Dylan Brooks was still talking greasy after the series, like they gonna see us again. Ja did have some respectful things to say about Steph Curry and the Warriors afterwards. I mean, it was a good playoff series, like in my opinion. Like Memphis actually probably could have won. Like they lost game 1 on a missed layup, which was difficult, but
that was a good ass game.
It also could have easily gone in. You know what I mean? Like that was a makeable shot for them.
That was a shot that he usually.
And then they completely tricked off. I think it was game 4 in Golden State, where it's like that was winnable. So like really Memphis was there the entire time. And they just inexperience did them in. So
injuries.
Like it was very competitive aside from the whoop that trick game.
That shit was funny. That was fun. I ain't gonna hold you. Like if I was in the arena too, even if the other team like They're mad as hell, bobbing my head like, yeah, Wolf, bro, fuck them, but this shit's still fire.
Big respect to Draymond Green. He was a living example of keeping that same energy. He kept the same energy. When lost, all right, we here.
Sorry to backtrack, but that reminds me of what Luka said after Game 5 against Phoenix, which was, "Oh yeah, it's easy for people to talk shit like when they're
winning.
Yeah, everybody tough when they up. Some shit.
Yeah.
Luka a bad man, fam.
He is.
That mother,
Luka, that boy, that boy.
Speaking of, what was Lil Wayne on? Why he called Luka a hoe?
Yeah, bro. When I say that, what are y'all, bro? Why Luka gotta be the hoe, bro? Ain't that a mother?
Then Mark Cuban hit him with bars.
Yeah. I'm like,
y'all with his own bars. I said, my goodness.
How deep did Mark Cuban's intern have to dig?
Hey, you know that wasn't him. He didn't do that shit.
Somebody find me something.
Please.
I know he said something. He had so many raps and said so many words. I'm sure there's something he got. Give me something.
Is it that Future off?
Oh shit. Anything about the front row. Anything about the front row. He was sitting right there courtside.
They all look alike. I can't tell them apart.
No, he ain't like that. Come on. Mark ain't like that. Nah, come on.
Hey, what I heard.
It's every other ism in the Dallas Mavericks organization. I wouldn't be surprised.
Damn, you right. It's a lot of isms in that organization.
Anywho,
but
anything else on Golden State and Memphis?
No, I am, like I said. Well, that was Dylan Brooks' fault for the first 2 games with the foul that he had on Gary Payton and took him out pretty much the rest of the series. So for him to miss the first 2 games, in essence, like that, like, so that's on him. They could have probably been a little bit more competitive. It probably wouldn't have been 6. Maybe it could have went to 7. Who knows? But that's on him. The jaw injury was unfortunate.
Yeah.
I don't believe it was intentional, but again, unfortunate. So who knows? Memphis could have probably been in another game. Injuries is a big part of the playoffs, as we know. So, congrats to Golden State for making it to the next round.
So I have a question, and I have a statement to make too. So this playoffs have been like amazing.
They've been lit.
Like I haven't enjoyed literally watching basketball how I have like watching this playoffs.
Watching other people's teams. I'm sorry.
Hey, I was going there too. It's a lot easier when you don't have a rooting interest.
Just enjoy the game.
You just be impartial.
Motherfuckers. Shit ain't funny.
Hey, at least y'all got an 8th signature.
Damn.
You know what? I'm going.
Hey, you know,
I'm leaving early.
Wait, I said that about Jaylen Brown with the Bucks.
I
said what was that, game 3 or game 2 or game 3? I was like, if he was not playing the Bucks, I really would have enjoyed Jaylen Brown's first half against the Bucks because he was unbelievable. So I can get with what you're saying. Like, hey, it was enjoyable, especially having an unbiased opinion on a lot of the teams. Like, you could just watch, like, bro, he is cooking. Same with Luka.
And then another thing, do you think that the playoffs are better without LeBron and the Lakers in it?
No.
Does that make it more enjoyable? That we don't have to hear? Well, we still hear about LeBron now.
They was talking about all that.
Yeah. But if it wasn't like so centered around him being in the playoffs every year.
I don't think that the enjoyability of these playoffs are dependent on LeBron James and the Lakers not being a part of it.
Okay.
Like, I think what's making these playoffs exciting is that you have competitive games, you have you have evenly matched teams matching up against each other. You have some of the best players having some of the best performances. Like, none of that is diminished at all by LeBron being there. The only difference that I think might be is the media attention, but I don't pay attention to who the media is paying attention to. Like, I'm watching the games. I don't have to go and watch First Take to figure out how I feel about the game, right? Like, so, like, it might be for certain people, but like for me, it's like I'm watching all the games. I'm watching most of the games anyway, so like I can kind of take my, form my own opinion.
Yeah, like I literally was watching random games like I wouldn't normally watch, just because like every game has been exciting this entire playoffs.
Camille, any thoughts? Okay. One last thing about Golden State and Memphis is the whoop that trick game. I did see people saying like it's actually easier to come back from an ass whooping because you can just chalk that up to like we ain't have it tonight, we just weren't that good, like we'll be better next game, like basically like burn the tape and move on, as opposed to like, you know, the heartbreaking losses where it's like, oh man, if I would have did this thing different, I would have did this thing different. Like you can kind of just like mentally just flush the game and be like, okay, next game, next one up. Like we still, it's one loss in 7. Like it, you know, it's unfortunate, but like we moving on. So that makes sense. Eastern Conference. So the Miami Heat defeated the Philadelphia Sixers in 6 games. Shout out to Danny Green who tore his ACL, which is unfortunate because Danny's like 35 years old.
Yeah, that's true.
And on a non-guaranteed contract, so like
He might be done.
he might be done. If he is, then one of the great role players of his generation.
Most definitely. Shout out to him, man.
Shout out to Danny Green. And like I've always had a problem with the way that Embiid falls all the time, and it finally came back and hurt somebody else. Like he falls unnecessarily. Like Tatum does the same thing, but like they fall unnecessarily, like to create the illusion of contact. And it's like y'all too damn big, and people are moving too damn fast for y'all to just be like throwing your body around recklessly where you can't really control. Like if you fall, you fall, but like if you're falling on purpose,
and they're like unprotected falls too. Like they just be no bracing, nothing, just fall all the way down. Like damn. But yeah, shout out to Danny, bro. Like that's very unfortunate.
But before the slander cannon was pointed at Chris Paul, it was squarely on James Harden because he no-showed in another playoff series.
Surprise.
Small game James.
He's a clown.
Damn, they was like this man up.
Like and the Philly fans was like, yeah, we got James. Like, bro, wait till the playoffs. Have y'all not watched this man at all in the playoffs in clutch closing games? Y'all ain't seen him at all.
Man.
Okay.
And like he pulled a Ben Simmons in game 6. That man took 2 shots in the second half,
bro.
Missed
0
them
points,
bro.
just turning the ball over willy-nilly.
He looked disinterested.
He was checked out.
He didn't want to be there.
Yeah, he definitely was checked out.
Selling.
Like how
In the elimination game.
How did both teams lose the trade of the year?
It's a fair trade. Guess we can finally close that book. It was an even trade. Ain't shit shake with neither one of them. Like, dang.
Or the Nets are going to win that trade.
Probably.
Just for the record.
Probably. Because Ben Simmons is very young.
Yeah, he's still young.
And he still has time to go ahead and rectify all of that hoopla and BS that was going on.
And he been petty with his likes too. He gonna hoop next season.
Yeah.
Health willing, he gonna help.
That man start pulling up from 3.
I don't even care.
He ain't even got to do
as
all.
long as he plays like the way that he's played his entire career. Like
He'll be all
that's
right.
a
Exactly.
boon to Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Sure, that's another
That's
all-star.
what they need.
They need defense. They need a creator. They need somebody that's gonna pass the ball. So like
He does
those are all
that.
things
He's
that
perfect.
Ben Simmons checks off the boxes for. And the best thing about Ben Simmons is that he's like 25 years old and under contract, whereas James Harden is 34 years old and needs a new contract.
That man's gonna make 47 next year or something like that.
God bless
If
him.
he opt in.
Yeah, if he opt in.
Yeah.
You know he hopped it.
Hey,
He ain't losing 47.
Yeah.
Well, actually, you know what? We thought that he was gonna opt in before, didn't we? He had a different player option, and we thought he was gonna opt in, and he didn't.
No, it's the same player option. He just said he missed the deadline.
Yeah, we ain't got traded.
He missed the deadline.
Well, I mean, I guess the thing is, like, if he knows his body better than anybody else does. So if he thinks that this is his last best chance to lock in big money for his twilight years, like, yes, he'll probably opt out and sign a long-term contract if it's on the table. If he feels like he can still get, like, he can come back next year and prove that he's still max player and, like, really lock in, like, the big bag. Because I think if he opts out this year, like, he's going to have to take a pay cut. Because, like, there's no way after this, the last season and a half, essentially. Well, I guess it's only a year since, like, his injury with the in that Bucks series.
But still, like,
But, like, he hasn't been the same player since then.
Yeah.
And to your point, like, the way that he left Houston and the way that he left Brooklyn, like,
he did for 2 teams.
he on thin ice, like, around the league. Like, nobody can really trust him at this point. especially if he goes like he opts out and then tries to leave Philly. Like that's you burn too many bridges probably at that point. So that all that being said, like I think that he probably does opt in and tries his luck next year. Plus, that's what he apparently agreed to when he got traded. So he'd be a real nigga if he didn't.
Would you put it past?
Hell no.
I know you're a nigga.
We got Serial Sensei in the comments. He says, so I let my coworker talk me into betting on the Heat Celtics series. I got 20 on the Heat. What do y'all think?
Oh no, baby.
I got the Celtics, honestly.
I got the Celtics too.
Yeah,
so we will
Celtics
get to that series. Yeah, we'll get to that series. But like one thing to keep in mind is that for game one, both Marcus Smart and Al Horford are out. Al Horford is in health and safety protocols, and I believe Marcus Smart has a mid-foot sprain. Robert Williams is back, and Kyle Lowry is out for Miami, I believe. I don't know how much that sways game one and how much game one sways the series, but
well, they didn't seem to miss a beat against the Bucks when they had somebody out. I doubt they do it in this game.
But they didn't have two out; they had one.
Man, listen.
I definitely looked at that when it said he had a mid-foot sprain and Al Horford was in safety. I was like, oh, 2 days later, huh? 2 days later, huh? Well, for us, it was 2 days later. Like, ain't that about nothing? Like,
well, I mean, Marcus Smart got hurt playing against us, so that makes sense.
But then he finished the game.
He went out like mid.
Man, you knew. Yeah, like they was already up big, so.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping for a Giannis hip check, like Mike Dunleavy, and then they took him out the game. Like, dang.
Y'all some grimy.
I wasn't expecting, I wasn't expecting man.
Marcus Smart.
Damn. What'd he do to you?
Flop.
Like, if you want to keep throwing your body around, like, you suffer the consequences.
I'm truly surprised. Do we want to get into our series then?
We might as well. Ain't nothing else to say aside from James Harden choke. Joel Embiid got hurt again.
Sadly.
And Doc Rivers is defensive as hell, and apparently they bringing him back.
Whether they like it or not.
What do you want to say?
Hey. I was about to say something, then Jaylen Brown caught somebody nasty with a jab step. I ain't never seen somebody get stunned on a jab step.
Ooh,
but
that's old school.
Like,
that's AAU.
But
jab step, bro.
Whoa!
You're like,
oh!
I would expect that shit.
That's some 2K shit. No. Motherfucker just got leaning back. Oh,
that little wave. Oh, I was just saying. Who are we talking about? I don't forgot talking about video games.
Philly James Harden.
Oh, Doc Rivers don't take no accountability, not ever.
He the LeBron James of coaching.
My goodness.
Please,
and I know they said he coming back next year, blah blah blah. But I'm not gonna believe it till he actually there.
Please stay where you are.
That's fair. Like I wonder if that's like a negotiating ploy. Like if there is another team that's trying to hire him while he's under contract with Philly, if they say, "Oh no, y'all can have him," like they don't get any compensation. But if they're like, "No, we want to keep him," and he's like, "I really want to go to, I don't know, a team on the West Coast," like that gives Philly like negotiating power to be like, "Okay, well, send us a second round pick or something of that nature." So, talking about Lakers.
No. We're definitely good on that. We are fine, sir. We'll find another way.
Mark Jackson's still available.
He's not the one. He's not the one for this team.
Anyways, we can go to Bucks, Boston. The Boston Celtics did defeat the Milwaukee Bucks 4-3, including like a 20-something point victory in Game 7.
Yeah, bro.
Before we get to the sad part of it, let's celebrate Giannis, who was the first player in NBA playoff history to record 200 points, 100 rebounds, and 50 assists in a single series.
That's my man was hooping.
He's leaving it all on the court.
He was trying.
First 40-20 game since Shaq.
2001, I believe.
Yep.
He was trying, bro. Like, them motherfuckers kept running across the court to leave a nigga wide open.
Like, I know that the open threes and the 3-point disparity is what like people are kind of fixated on, And like I get it, like the optics of a bunch of wide open threes going in is demoralizing. But the Bucks defense was not the problem in that series.
No, they play really good defense
at all. Like if they could make any semblance of open shots, if they had another creator, which I mean, obviously they're missing their primary one, or their secondary one. If they had any type of shot creation, if they had any semblance of a coherent offense besides give the ball to Giannis and he just do shit with it, like this would have been a different series. So like all the talk of, well, they shouldn't have got rid of PJ Tucker. Well, they shouldn't have done this. They shouldn't have done that.
That like,
their defense was fine. Like, could it have been better? Sure. Like, they could have allowed 0 points a game. Like, yes, their defense can be better, but like realistically speaking, like offense was the issue in the series. Which a large part. Go ahead.
No, I was saying literally the only thing they're missing was like a wing guy who give them 20, 25 a game. That's all they really needed.
I was gonna say, like, their issue was a lack of size on the perimeter, a lack of shot creation, and a lack of shot making. Ironically, those three things can be covered to a large extent by one player who
6'9" forward.
Which I don't want it to be an excuse, because again, like this is a 7-game series and they were in it for the most part. Like so like they were still capable of winning. So there were things that they could have done better. Aside from just getting Chris Middleton back healthy. But like I think when you take in totality your assessment of this team, like ignoring the fact that they're missing Chris Middleton is really just throwing out like the most important part of everything.
Middleton 6'9"?
He's 6'7".
Oh, I was for the same.
I was like, he's definitely 6'9".
I was like, damn, he's 6'9".
I don't know if y'all heard, but I was like, he's 6'9".
I was like, he do not look 6'9".
Nah, he's 6'7".
Okay.
But I mean, to Eric's point, that's what I felt about this series, where the reason that they were even in it was because Giannis went superhuman.
Dude.
Yeah.
That's really it. And then as the series kept going and Bucks role players showed they couldn't hit a three, the spacing on the court just kept getting worse and worse and worse for Giannis because they didn't respect our shooters. And it was not going to work out that way. But as mentioned, there were things that could have been done to tweak it so that maybe you could have stole one more game. Maybe you could have won it in 6 in Milwaukee had you not played Grayson Allen so heavily, or George Hill after he's coming back from 2 serious injuries. Maybe, just maybe you could have shortened the rotation, not played those 2 guys once you saw they weren't giving you nothing. Maybe play Javon Carter and just see where that carries you. Maybe just increase the minutes for Pat Connaughton and see what that does, given the fact that he was the only Bucks player that shot over 40% free in the entire team. Maybe it's just little tweaks, and you could have probably been playing basketball right now. But we ain't. Congrats to Boston.
Congrats. I ain't got no beef.
So shout out to Celtics.
Me either.
Yeah, shout out to Celtics Corner. I do have beef with Marcus Smart, but that's a different thing. Shout out to Celtics Corner. I did their pregame show prior to Game 7, and I did mention this on the show, but like this series felt like last year's Eastern Conference semifinals between the Bucks and Brooklyn just flipped. Like that series, you had an undermanned Brooklyn team pushing a team that should have probably closed this out in like 5 or 6 games to the brink, and that all being on the back of the best player in the world, putting the team on his back and having a out-of-body experience basically for 7 games. And just running out of gas at the end. So, you know, now we know how the other side feels. But it is good to see like Giannis finally getting his due as undisputed best player in the game. We'll see if that carries over to next season. But for right now, I think it's a pretty general consensus.
I think it will for him. And I think I feel like he's just going to keep getting better, which is scary. But I feel like he truly just going to keep getting better. But our offseason is going to be very interesting.
Let's put a pin in that. I think we'll have a conversation about that on overtime.
Fair enough.
Anything else to take away from this Boston-Milwaukee series before we start previewing the conference final?
Yes. Shout out to Al Horford, which is interesting because before the series started, I felt like Al Horford would have been an issue because he usually plays pretty consistent. He plays pretty well against the Bucks, and he was one of the. Truth be told, he was a catalyst for 2 of their wins. That motherfucker, that one game, he started pushing the brakes. He started passing and shit. I'm like, wait, we got playmaking Al Horford this game?
I mean, Giannis pissed him off.
Pissed him off. Dunked all on this shit. All right, that's fair. But this Celtics squad was a really fun series. I'm not gonna hold you. It was a really fun series, and I have nothing but the utmost respect for everybody who likes to fall on them. Actually, you know what? The only beef I had with the Celtics is I thought half that damn team would have been hurt by Game 7 because of much they was falling on the fucking ground. Like that's the only thing that truly pissed me off about the Celtics. Like every shot, you ain't got to be on your back. Why every time we come up the court, somebody is on the deck? Somebody, every possession was on the ground, bro. I like these motherfuckers. I felt like Vucevic first round kept falling, and we was tripping about Vucevic. We're like, damn, Vucevic just play some damn defense. Stop trying to take these charges. To go to a whole team to do the shit. That's the only beef I had with Boston. Because instead of like truly trying to play us straight up, them motherfuckers really was looking for them charges. Really was looking for them calls on a lot of them damn flops. That is it.
Like, not to defend them, but that is pretty much the only defense that you have on Giannis at this point. So while I don't respect it, I understand it. Because it's like first of all, Giannis does run through people all the time. So like a lot of them it's 50-50 where it's like, I mean, it could go either way. But like, I don't know. Ime Udoka claims that a referee told him like they're not calling it unless you fall down, which I think is dubious, but he claims it. So
and they kept falling. And they fell more.
Yeah. So yeah, like he does initiate a bunch of contact, and it's like, okay, if he dislodges you, but you don't fall down, like you're probably not getting the call. If he dislodges you and you fall down, it's probably a legit charge. If he doesn't dislodge you, you still fall down, it's like a 50-50 chance you're still gonna get the call. So it's like, like, that's just math.
Just stand, bro. And it's so dangerous. It is so dangerous on both sides.
Again, like, to the point of Embiid, like falling down, like increases the chances of hurting yourself or somebody else on the court, including your teammates. And not to mention, like, people just jumping in front of Giannis as he's like flying to the basket is dangerous to Giannis too. Like he can fall any type of way.
That's what I'm saying. Both sides, like that can hurt both of y'all for sure. For sure, there were several times I thought he was hurt because of the way that they was just really jumping in front of him. Like, boy, but I'm glad. As of right now, I'm glad that he has no serious injury. He's not really hurt bad. He probably got some bumps and bruises, I'm sure, because it was a truly physical series. But last thing, Boston fans, don't complain about physicality when you motherfuckers really jumped KD like y'all was the bad boy Pistons and shit, and then turn around and now the bully's getting bullied, and all of a sudden y'all got a problem. Fuck that. But they ain't gotta have to worry about that with Miami because Miami ain't gonna play it like Giannis. They ain't got that. Yeah, they'll probably play physical with Miami too, but Miami got. Nah, Jimmy would probably be the one to fight back.
It's a different type of pressure.
So I'm
from Miami.
Yeah, I'm looking at. I don't have the game up, so I'm looking at an exchange on Twitter between Tony Jones and Eric Name of The Athletic. Tony Jones said, "Going from Giannis to this, Boston looks like they've finally been let out of jail." And Eric Name replied and said, "And they're like, oh, this is what playoff basketball looks like."
Like, yeah, bro, it's physical, bro.
It's a massive jump from Atlanta and Philly to this Boston team. So, to y'all point, we can actually pivot there. So, Eastern Conference Finals, Game 1 is obviously going on right now. Philadelphia, definitely not Philadelphia.
No,
they wish.
Boston and Miami. Who you got?
I got Boston. I got them in 6.
Do you have a reason why?
Boston.
Their defense, I feel like, is going to be too much for Miami. I feel like their physicality will be too much for Miami. I don't feel like Miami has the team. They have the team defense, but they don't have that type of team defense like the Bucks have to be able to stifle Tatum and Brown and say if Horford want to go off and randomly Grant Williams in the corners and shit like that. Like, I don't feel like Miami has that type of team defense that we had across the board. They do have, but they're also missing Lowry. PJ Tucker is typically game to game because he's been hurt a lot.
And he ain't missed a game.
Yeah, he been there though.
I don't think they got it.
Because it sounds like Camille disagrees with your. I think she agrees with your pick. I think she disagrees with your reasoning. Before she does, I just want to bring back something that I said about Boston and Milwaukee. It was like they're gonna dare these 3-point shooters to make shots. If they make them, you're gonna lose. Game 7, Grant Williams went the fuck off and they lost. And I was like, yeah, well, I mean, like, was a tightrope walk that they did with their defense, and it burned them. But anyway, Camille, your disagreement with them?
No, I mean, I think Miami's defense, while it's not the same scheme as Milwaukee, I think Miami's defense causes a lot of problems. And part of it that's going to be so interesting with this particular matchup is watching how these two teams play each other, because it's kind of like a mirror defensively to a certain degree, because both defenses switch a lot. You're going to see switching across the board on both sides, and it's going to be real interesting to see how they try to take advantage offensively with Spo and with Emi. Like, seeing how they're going to like coach this up is going to be fascinating. I think this series also goes 7. I'm going Boston though. But I think Miami's defense, like it's an aggressive defense. Like they'll trap you full court, and then they'll come back and just like they have a different way to dial up the pressure than Milwaukee did. But I don't think it's like worse than what Milwaukee did. Like they're going to pose a different challenge, and I think this challenge is going to require some clever coaching. And as Eric said, again, for role players to step up and make their shots.
Yeah, I'm going Boston at 7. I feel like it will take, because Miami is a good team. Like they're not in the Eastern Conference Finals for no reason. So
I don't know about this year.
No, they're not there. They're not there.
They did have the Hawks in Philly, so
injured Philly too.
Well, you put it that way. But I feel like it will go 7 games, and then I don't know. I feel like Tatum is about to take it to another level. He's already amazing, but I think right now he finna try to tap into his Mamba side.
He kind of did that for Milwaukee.
Yeah,
like he only had that 1 10-point game, but outside of that motherfucker was wilding.
Honestly, like I don't want to keep going back to the series, but I feel like the Bucks did a really good job of defending him, save for fourth quarter game 6, where even then I think the defense was pretty good. He was just making shots. But like again, his efficiency was in the toilet. The Giannis's efficiency was like for them, their efficiency was in the toilet. But that was all that these defenses would allow. Like nobody else could really get off. And it's like, okay, go make something. So like, I'm not taking anything away from Jason Tatum's performance. What I'm saying is, like, he wasn't free to really do much of anything, and he still got it done. Where I land on this series. So I heard people calling Bucks Celtics like possibly the NBA Finals, which was a combined thing. One, it was because the Western Conference favorites, Phoenix and Golden State, looked shaky in their second round matchups, and the fact that nobody really respected Philly, and I think people just forgot about Miami. Like they haven't really been healthy all season, but they still found ways to win enough games to get the number 1 seed in the East.
53.
I think that's due to 1, having amazing depth, 2, having great coaching, and 3, for as many jokes as we have about Heat culture, like it really does, like they're tapped into what makes them successful, and they go and get players that fit that. So like even if somebody goes down, like you have somebody like Max Strus or
Oladipo,
Gabe Vincent or Oladipo that can really step in and step up for whoever's down or whoever's not playing well. So I didn't discount plus, like, I have a history of watching Giannis play against Miami. It's like, even if we get through Boston, like, then he's still going to be in jail for the next series because nobody defends him the way that Miami does.
Facts.
So, like, I have a healthy respect for Miami, and I don't think that this will be the cakewalk that other people seem to think that it is. Not necessarily anybody here, but the larger conversation. Like, people really don't seem to be giving Miami a chance.
Yeah.
And
really?
Yeah, that's what everybody. It's
like they Boston still, like you said, they still a really good team.
Boston is, I think, a 44% favorite to win the championship now, and everybody else is like below 20.
Well, they said that the winner of the Boston-Milwaukee series was going to be the favorite to win the championship, anyways.
But yeah,
that's what I thought.
What I was saying is, like, people seem to not really be giving Miami a chance, and I think that Miami is definitely in the series because of what Camille said, which is their defense keeps them in a lot of games. The concern that I have is Boston is battle tested at this point. Like they went toe to toe with the Nets for 4 games, which were all heavily contested.
Yeah.
And they came out ahead every time. They went toe-to-toe with the Bucks, and Giannis going supernova. And like there were some times where they lost some leads or they got down big and just couldn't come back. But by and large, they held their own and they figured out a way to win 4 games.
Mm-hmm. That game 4 win was huge.
Yeah. And I feel like Boston has more, like I think their defenses are evenly matched, much like the Milwaukee series. And Boston has offense where Miami's half-court offense specifically is pretty shaky. So like I think that's the margin basically in this series. But like I can easily see, especially with Horford and Smart being out, I can easily see Miami having enough in the margins to really not even like make this a series, because I feel like it's a series on top. Like Miami can win this series and they can win it in 6. Is that my pick? No, but I can see it. I see the argument for it. I see it as it's a high likelihood, a high probability of it. So I do think I'll go Celtics in 7. But to the point that the rest of the panelists kind of said is that like this is a very evenly matched team, evenly matched matchup. I just want to make sure Miami gets the respect that they've earned this season.
Definitely.
Also,
Tyler Hero's gonna win them at least 1 game.
Yeah. Oh, and the point I was about to make about Jason Tatum is like I feel like Miami's even better equipped to defend him than the Bucks were. Like think about how much trouble Wes Matthews was giving Jason Tatum, and then sub that out for Jimmy Butler or PJ Tucker.
I was trying to think of the matchups. So I'm like, okay, Smart is out. Because if Smart was in, Smart would probably be the one holding Butler.
They actually got Caleb Martin on him right now.
And I would assume like it's a bunch of switching because Miami switches a lot. They'll throw some zone in there. Like Miami has like a bunch of tools in their defensive toolbox like to deploy. And if like they're keying on taking Tatum out of this series, like they have the pieces to do it and they have the schemes to do it. So it might come down to being another Jason Tatum series. Which is
he got 10 points in the first already.
Like that's kind of how the Bucks series was too. Like they devoted most of their attention to shut down Jason Tatum. It's like Jaylen Brown get off. And he did.
Game 2, bro.
So yeah, that's all I got on the Eastern Conference Finals. Anybody else got any last thoughts?
Oh, Spo's a great coach, but so is Udoka. So it's gonna be a fun series, truly. It really will. And I'm gonna tune in. And not even on because typically I'm like, well, I want the team that beat us to win. That way we lost to the champs. But I just feel like Boston got it. So we'll see them. We'll see.
All right. We'll move back to the West because I totally fucked up that transition earlier. Golden State and Dallas. Same question. Who you got?
This is gonna be hard. Honestly,
that's what she said.
Yeah. Because you got with the way that the Mavs played the last couple games of their last series, it's kind of like, all right, they are more of an issue than initially presented. And then you still have Golden State, but then you have streaky, shaky games, like you said, from them. So it's like they're not the juggernaut that we thought they were going to be coming into it, that they used to be, and even showed during the season they had potential to be still. Like that's not the same, and they're not as consistent as we thought they would be. So it's like this could honestly go up in the air as well. I feel like Golden State doesn't have the same caliber of defense or energy as Memphis across the board. Whereas Memphis wanted to run you off the court. And Memphis wanted to get real like up in you, physical shit like that. But then also we go hit this transition. We're gonna make sure y'all run all damn game. Golden State want to hit you with the half court joints. They have great, they're getting transition, but they also have great half court players and they have great half court schemes. So it's like if they want to slow the game down, they can. But then the Mavs is kind of like you let Luka slow the game down.
He playing his own pace.
He gonna slow the game down no matter what because he just moves slow. He gonna hit you with the slow ass crossover behind the back, but he gonna cook. So it's like I don't know, honestly. Like going before this, I would be like, oh shit, Golden State, don't they'll be back. But now it's like then you could have a Jalen Brunson game because they still waiting on Gary Payton to come back. So you can have a Brunson game, or you can have a Dinwiddie game like last game.
Both of them got 30.
Like, it's truly a toss-up, honestly. Or you can have Dwight Finney-Smith have a monster 3-point game out of nowhere. Like, it's just...
I know you're talking about.
But, like, yeah, like, it's Dallas is more of an intriguing prospect at this point now due to, again, like you said about Boston, they're battle-tested now. And so it'll be interesting to see. And I don't think Luka is content. Well, no, none of the players are. But Luka wants to get past this Western Conference final, especially because it's not the Clippers no more. And I'm sure he would love to do it against the Dubs.
You want to go next, or should I throw it to Ken?
You can throw it to Ken.
Me, I want Dallas to win. How many games? I'm gonna say Dallas in 7. The reason why I want is being biased by Luka. It's because I always enjoyed Luka. Like y'all hear I talked about Luka a lot, and I want it for him because the Clippers been putting my man's out for too long, man. And he finally got his shot, dude. And I feel like he hungry too. You can tell, like Luka, like taking it to another level, you know. And again, like he's not one of those players that get too rattled. He go play at his own pace. You can't speed him up. He go, you know, slow it down. He just go cook you. Next thing you know, Luka got 30 points. You're like, damn.
And Luka big as shit compared to Steph. Like, he ain't no defensive ace.
Yeah. And see, the good thing too is that the way Jason Kidd has them playing defense is that it doesn't expose that Luka isn't a good defender.
Because he big as fuck.
Because they play how they play defense. It's enough help around for him not to get too exposed.
And like he actually stepped up. Like he's by no shakes is he a good defender, but like he was getting targeted. I forget what was that game 2.
Mm-hmm.
One of the games against Phoenix, like they were pulling his ass out and just like going to work.
Mm-hmm.
But like I think I heard that Jason Kidd had challenged him personally, like, "Hey, you got to be better," and he improved at least. Like he wasn't the liability that he had been.
Yeah.
So if he keeps that energy up, like I can see. Like he just has to fit into the rotation.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think they blitzed them with the same game plan that they had for Game 7 for Phoenix? So I feel like that can work with Golden State too. You blitz Steph, you gonna leave it up to Clay, who's been streaky. Draymond ain't gonna be your scorer. Kuminga ain't gonna be your scorer. You gonna bank on Wiggins.
Everything that Golden State does is based on Steph Draymond pick and roll, and Draymond Green's decision making out of that. So if you're blitzing Steph to get the ball out of his hands, you're just giving it to Draymond Green 4-on-3, which is what the Warriors want. So I don't think that strategically, like that's the move necessarily made. Like maybe it works, I don't know, but like that's putting a lot of stress on. Again, like you have 4 Warriors and 3 of your guys, and then the other 4 Warriors are all 3-point shooters. So obviously, aside from Draymond, like he's spraying the ball to Klay Thompson or
Kuminga or Wiggins.
Jordan Poole or Wiggins.
Jordan Poole.
Like
he might have a series. He might have a fucking series. Poole.
Oh yeah. Hey, that young man's been
because Steph was. What was y'all getting? 35, 40 a game. So Luka gonna get up there and get those. It's just a matter of who's he bringing with him? Because Brunson can put that up too. Or Dinwiddie can put that up too. So it's not like it was just 1 or 2. You have 3 legit guys that can.
Dinwiddie had a good series.
I've always been a fan of Dinwiddie. Like I've told y'all this before. I've always been a fan of Dinwiddie. But it's I'm gonna go with Dallas. Okay. I'm gonna go with Dallas in 7.
There you go.
Man, who you got?
On the same page.
I want to go with Dallas because I'm thinking defensively. I'm thinking about how do the Warriors stop Luka. I'm thinking about the fact that sometimes the Warriors can get sped up if the defense is really rugged, if it's together. And we've seen that this Dallas Mavericks defense actually plays together. As I've said for, I think, a few months now, kudos to Jason Kidd. He really got these dudes out here hooping. Offensively, the system works. Trusting Luka to make the right decision. Surrounding him with shooters. Trading Kristaps Porzingis was the best move that they possibly could have done for the franchise. Now they got their first win since they won a title. I don't know. It just feels like it's going to be kind of a special year for the Mavericks. It just kind of feels that way with how things are shaking, which isn't analysis or anything like that. But I'm going to just trust that defense. I'm going to be really interested. Y'all mentioned like the half court sets that the Warriors run, but I'm really curious to see how they handle all the off-ball movement. Like if they're able to keep up with that and not get lost and actually stay together, a cohesive unit, yeah, I definitely feel confident about picking Dallas in that series.
Correction, Dorian Finney-Smith.
Yeah, I mean we all know.
I had to correct. I had to throw it out there because somebody said Dwight.
You called that man Dwight Freeney-Smith. I was like,
wait, what?
I called him Finney-Smith. That was just Dwight.
No, sorry. It was Dwight Feeney-Smith.
Feeney.
Like, Mr. Dwight Freeney.
But no, I'm thinking Dallas at this moment, but I'm actually not sure. I'll make my prediction ahead of the game tomorrow. I just need a little bit more time.
Are we prisoners of the moment, or are we just kind of
feels like it. But
that's why I said I need a little bit more time. Like I'm not ready to make that prediction at this moment.
That's fair. Because I was thinking about, I was like, just because they just did this to the Suns. But I mean, it looks good. It looked good. Like, you don't put up. They damn near had, bro. They didn't have 30 points after half. Like, come on, bro. That's not by accident.
It's not, but it also is like Phoenix self-destructing. But yeah, I think I'm overcorrecting for the prisoner in the moment feeling, but I think I'll go with Warriors in 6. And part of that is this team has lost 2 series in the last 7 years.
Damn.
Yeah, going back to 2015. Yeah. So I trust in the Warriors infrastructure. I trust in Steph, Draymond, Clay. Clay's not Clay anymore, but Clay can still give you game 6 Clay like he did against Memphis. They do have like some of the young guys can step up. Like I think that the Memphis series was a bad one for Kuminga and Poole, but I think that was just a bad matchup for Golden State in general. Like a team that's really physical and really athletic and really wants to get out and run in transition, like that can hurt Golden State. But like a half court, slow it down kind of team, like that runs everything through Luka. Like, yes, Luka's gonna get his numbers. Like we know that's gonna happen. Like they'll probably use a similar defense that they used all those years against LeBron, which is kind of let LeBron get his shit off, but be everywhere else to shut off everybody else. And so like really comes down to, can Jalen Brunson, can Spencer Dinwiddie still create shots for themselves and others? Which I don't know.
I think they can.
They can. Again, especially much like I was saying about the Eastern Conference Finals. Like it's possible. Like I'm not like these teams are in the conference finals for a reason. Like they're all really good teams that play really good together. But I just like, for me, I think that Golden State still has the infrastructure in place, and like it's kind of like you got to knock them off.
They got Steve Kerr back too.
They do.
Mike Brown ain't coaching.
They don't have that king stink on them anymore.
Jesus Christ.
Hey, Mike Brown took them 2 games over and they look like shit. I ain't gonna hold you, bro.
You can't put that on him though, bro.
Why not?
You can't. They still know that. They still. Y'all in the playoffs. Y'all know what Steve Kerr would want. Everything just okay just because Mike Brown. The coach, he still.
It looked like it.
He kept the same game plan that they've been had.
Did he?
Still there. How you gonna come in the middle of playoff series and just change everything?
Even Steph felt like the Kings.
Hey, bro.
He said it.
You can't put that on that.
I thought we was the Kings.
You can't put that on that black man. Yo, tripping.
Hey.
White man leave all of a sudden. No, black man ain't shit. Ain't that about a bitch? Oh, things go to hell once the white man go.
Hey man, it's kind of like when you were in school and then you had a substitute teacher. Like you know what you're supposed to do,
right?
You do it.
No, let me just roll this TV out now, bro. They ain't cooperating with me. I tried.
They ain't paying me.
I told them what you told. I have a game plan. You laid out the lesson plan. I tried to teach it to them. These motherfuckers is doing their own thing.
All right, we 90 minutes into this, so we don't have to speak for the rest of this.
For sure.
The NBA is eyeing a rule change to remove the transition take foul that would award the offensive team 1 free throw and retain possession. So no more, I turn the ball over, they finna get a run out, I just foul the person like closest to me. Which, praise God, please get that shit out of the game. They're also discussing a new in-season tournament that will begin as soon as the 23-24 season. With the play-in tournament here to stay, given its success, concepts are beginning to ramp up on another competitive event. Yay or nay, real quick, rapid fire. Yay or nay on the in-season tournament?
Yeah.
Sure.
Mill? All right.
I'm gonna give it a eh.
Yeah, I don't feel like it takes anything away. I don't need it, but I'll watch it. A woman has reportedly received an emergency protective order against Rajon Rondo after she says that he pulled a gun on her in front of her children. Multiple outlets, including the Louisville Courier Journal, have reported that the woman filed the order on last Friday, writing, "I'm extremely fearful for my safety and for the safety of my children. Rajon has a history of volatile, erratic, and explosive behavior." So, praise for that family, and hopefully justice prevails.
Well, I gotta put Rondo on that fuck 'em list, bro. Actually, man, he have to be there.
I don't feel any way about that. RIP to NBA legend, former Buck Bob Lanier. He passed away at age 73.
That was a dope tribute we did.
I didn't see it.
It was at Game 6. It was before the. I don't know if it was on TV or not.
Probably wasn't on TV, yeah.
But it was pretty cool. I actually recorded it. I didn't know if it was on TV, and I recorded it, but I was like, oh, they probably see this on TV. No, but there was some good seats. There was some pretty damn good seats. Dude, the energy in that building when it was up, oh my God, it was amazing. That shit was wild. I was like, I ain't never been on energy like this before. Like, okay, stay up there. No. Some chick she destroyed the whole. I feel like she's part of the reason why we lost Game 6. I ain't gonna hold you. I got a quick story, real quick. I'll make it real fast. So some lady was next to me, already bugging before the game even started. I heard her complaining about me and the guy I was with talking. She was like, oh my God, these motherfuckers still talking. Like, bro, we weren't even talking like that. But I could hear her. I'm like, okay, fuck her, whatever. Game going on. When everybody cheering, the dudes in front of them stood up, cheering, cool. When everybody was sitting down, they kind of sat down, but they ain't sit down all the way. They kind of like, looked, and they kind of sat down. And then everybody cheering again. So pretty much they weren't egregious with standing up and sitting down. She started complaining. Oh my God, I paid for these seats. They're standing there. I paid $500 for these seats. I want to see the fucking game. Yeah. So the dudes, she said this like 3 or 4 times every time they stood up. But they said, fuck it. They just stood there with their arms crossed, stood in front of her. It was 3 of them. One was sitting in front of me, and there was the 2 in front of her dude and her guy. The dude in front of me, he ain't moving shit like that. I heard her talking shit, so I'm like, hey, that's on y'all, whatever. They turned around, it was like, I paid $550 for these seats. So I deserve to be here too. I can't enjoy the fucking game when we doing good. I was like, he has a point. The dude was like, just mind you, she was next to me cheering and shit, standing up. Hey. She turned around, I can't fucking stand up, so I gotta watch the game sitting down. I'm like, you was just sitting here jumping, and you had the whole, like, the white things in her hand, cheering and shit. I wouldn't have her energy. I came in jigging too. She was jigging. I like, all right, y'all know me. If she turned up, I turned up. Shit, we gonna match the energy. I was like, she got a decision to make here. She either gonna sit her ass down the rest of the game, or she gonna say fuck it and stand up. Guess who sat down the rest of the game? But because they got into it so tough, like, dude turned around, was like, if you feel that way, I want you to go take your ass to handicap. I was like, oh shit, if dude hit him with the shit. I ain't gonna hold you, because the husband was like, what the fuck you just say to my wife? I was like, oh shit. So they get in each other's face. I lean to the side because they literally right next to me. The only thing separating me and them was the woman. I'm like, but she got up, started pointing her finger in dude's face. We know how that shit go. Typically, point a finger pointing in the face, and usually leads by a smack or a punch.
So it's a muff.
I'm like, bro, this game. I'm trying to watch the game too. Like, what's up? She sit down for the rest of the damn game. So all of a sudden, they buddy want to be in solidarity. This motherfucker started trying to stand up. He like, hey, you ain't got to take that shit. So he stand up with his arm crossed. I'm like, hey, yo, my guy, That ain't me. Sit your ass down. Move out the way, because they started standing up just even when shit wasn't happening. Just to be egregious with the shit. She ended up standing up, but I felt like she sucked a lot of energy out the section because everybody, they was loud as shit. So I feel like everybody in the section that heard that shit, most of the section didn't stand up for the rest of the game. And we were sitting right next to what was that, group 6 or squad 6? Like literally right next to them. Whole fucking section sat down. Everybody kind of cognizant of if they go stand up when they cheering and shit, then sat down real quick. I was like, damn, she took the whole energy out of the whole section. So I'm gonna blame her a little bit. I should have gave her the blow the whistle. Whoop, whoop, whoop. I'm gonna blow that early. She got my blow the whistle.
What was her name?
Quick where?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. This nigga telling the novel. And this motherfucker talking about
That was quick. That was
talking about a
side.
quick story.
That was quick.
This nigga is shit. Niggas that fell asleep. Hey, wake up, motherfucker. God damn.
I will say quickly, if Titonian World heard that rant, like he would probably clip that and have the whole thing on the show. Because he's been saying the same thing on Twitter like the entire playoffs. He's like, you know, people go to the playoff games, they don't have the energy, like crowd participation matters. So
it does.
I do like obviously both sides were wrong. Like it shouldn't escalate to a fight, but like I do think like if you come into a playoff game, like
you should
unless you can't stand up, like you should be
just
be loud.
Participate.
Don't get mad at other people for like being into the game. Like
exactly.
That's my whole thing.
And that's
like,
what he said.
If you want to sit down, like you can do that at home and watch it on TV.
Exactly.
Anyway, the Packers and Pro Bowl cornerback Jair Alexander are finalizing a 4-year, $84 million contract extension per sources. The deal includes $31 million for 2022, defensive record of $30 million signing bonus, and he will receive $42.5 million by March. So his base salary this year will be $1.076 million to get his cap number as low as possible. And his $21 million a year contract ranks number 1 in the league, above Denzel Ward at 20, Jalen Ramsey at 20, Marlon Humphrey at 19.5, and Marshawn Lattimore at 19.4. So
I'm glad we locked him up, bro.
Packers now have I think Rodgers is still the highest paid quarterback. Highest paid left tackle, highest paid nose tackle, and now highest paid cornerback. So do not let it be said that the Packers are cheap. Despite what Devontae Adams said. Oh, that's all you got? Okay. Drew Brees tweeted, and I quote, "Despite speculation from the media about my future this fall, I am currently undecided. I may work for NBC. I may play football again. I may focus on business and philanthropy. I may train for the pickleball tour, senior golf tour, coach my kids, or all of the above. I'll let you know."
I may just troll you. Who knows? He ain't playing no damn football. I'll tell you that. He better not.
He better not, bro.
They better not let him back.
According to, I think it was Ed Werder from ESPN, also on the fucking list. Drew Brees just had surgery like 2 weeks ago on his shoulder, so he wouldn't be able to play until like September or October. Anyway, so he's not.
That ain't gonna bring no zip back to that damn ball. We seen the passes.
Throwing ducks. Good.
Nah, bro. Like,
I don't think that he's having surgery because like he's trying to come back. I think he's having surgery because his arm is fucked.
He's trying to come back.
No,
anyway, that was just interesting because like he's not coming back to NBC, which I don't think we mentioned. But Tom Brady signed a big ass contract,
10 years, 300 million.
Sports?
Yes,
yeah, with Fox,
300 plus million.
Retired from the NFL. So
that's what, bro.
I laughed when I seen that though. I ain't gonna hold you, cause I was like, this motherfucker really don't want to go home. He got retired. Seen what the fuck was there. Like, you know what? Fuck it, I'm going back to football. Hey, what y'all got lined up? 10 years.
Let me get that. How old they gonna be? All right, bet.
Bet, don't even worry about it. I just keep bringing home the bacon. But just help bring some.
You make more than
I was like, he don't have to.
That's the wild thing. He ain't trying to be at the crib.
You like that?
Magic Johnson on it. I ain't gonna be there.
But I do think that Brady will be great on TV. Like he's already.
Yeah, he will be.
And he's starting to show more of his personality, and it's pretty funny.
Which actually it's not bad. It's not bad.
I enjoy his sense of humor. The Atlanta Braves woke up to an extended power outage at their hotel in downtown Milwaukee on Monday that also left some without running water. Some players were unable to shower at the Pfister Hotel, which is already infamous among baseball players for allegedly being haunted. Bryce Harper, Michael Young, and Pablo Sandoval are all among the players who have claimed encounters with ghosts at the 129-year-old hotel.
Boy, they've been talking about that damn hotel been haunted forever, and they still keep putting players in the mail.
They go. All
I don't know
MLB
why they
players
keep
go
going
there.
there.
I don't
Yeah,
either.
but they do.
We got a whole West
All
End
the
and
teams
everything.
go there, bro.
And them motherfuckers go to the Pfister.
All the teams go there.
Y'all heard it's haunted.
No, most NBA teams go to the Journeyman now. They don't stay in the Pfister.
We
I
got
think
the Iron Horse.
the St. Kane, I think they're staying there too. So we have more.
Yeah, I'm confused. No disrespect to the Pfister Hotel. If you're not from Milwaukee, it's a very historic, beautiful hotel, but it is haunted. That is a fact.
I was gonna say, like, my boss confirmed that she felt like she had a ghost encounter when she stayed there.
Boy, I'm not trying. Nope. I done
We
been
have
there.
a mutual friend that also had a ghost experience at the Pfister Hotel.
Nope. I don't do ghosts.
Hey, tech file.
Nope, I don't do ghosts.
Paranormal activity night.
Take your ass in there. Go to sleep.
Yeah, I ain't doing that either.
Be up all night and shit.
I'll be in there fighting with a ghost.
You
Ghost in there
ass
whooping my ass. Oh shit.
10 ghostly toes.
I didn't sleep for 2 days after I saw Paranormal Activity.
I love that.
I do too.
That shit woke me up in the middle of the night. Ah, like, what the fuck was that? See somebody getting dragged off the TV. Goddamn.
It's not ghost, but it's kind of horror related. And we're not gonna talk about it, but I just wanted to let y'all know. I have seen Doc Strange, so the thing is lifted. Like, we can talk spoilers from
okay,
in the group chat now.
Oh, you seen it? Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Did you finish Moon Knight too?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, we are here then.
Damn. Fucking ghosts, bro.
Frank Gore turned 39 on Saturday and celebrated by knocking out Yaya Oluransola in his pro boxing debut.
That shit was clean. He out there fighting Father Time like that.
I was like, Jesus.
This man is Asians. How you playing the NFL for all them damn years and hopped into boxing?
Laid him out.
And whooping ass. Like, all right, Frank. Real deal. That's a bad man.
Frank the Tank.
So Caden and Cameron Boozer, sons of former NBA power forward Carlos Boozer, were offered scholarships to Duke. They're the first in their class, which is 2025. So yes, twin sons who are both. Oh no, one is 6'10" and one is 6'3". Damn, I'd be mad if I
Damn,
that's crazy.
Hey, y'all twins. Who the short twin? Like, fuck you, dog. Still 6'3".
So the tall one is the number one recruit in the class, and the 6'3" one, I'm not gonna talk for it. The 6'3" one is ranked 24th.
Still, that's dope, bro.
That is. Y'all both still top 25 in the country.
I still remember when Carlos Boozer beamed his whole head, bro.
Boy, they was on his ass.
This thing was hooping, bro. My man's beamed his whole ball head.
Sweating down his head and shit. Boozer used to be nice though. I used to like Carlos Boozer.
Oh, he played the shit out of the Cavs to get out of his contract.
Yeah, bro. I like them in Utah though.
I mean, he's supposed to be LeBron running mate, and then just skip town. I mean, skip town for the bag, so I got it. But he told him, "Oh, I'll opt out, and then I'll sign the contract." And then they're like, "Okay." Well, not opt out, but like they had to release him from like their option or whatever. They did. And he was like, "All right, Utah offering me a whole bunch more." So
Deuces. I'm gonna go play with Mamel Cord AK-47.
Still one of the colors.
Darren Williams was still there too at the time, wasn't he? That wasn't the best. I used to like that Utah team.
Yeah.
That's actually one of the few times I actually liked Utah.
Yeah. AK-47 was cool.
That was one of my favorite players, bro. That motherfucker was cold. I think he could kill right now in the league.
Possibly. And I'm gonna let you handle this last one. Sasha Banks and Naomi allegedly walked out on Monday Night Raw.
Tag team partners?
Yeah. Okay.
All right, let's do this.
Yeah.
All right, so I was watching Raw yesterday, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it was building up the main event to be a 6-pack challenge and shit like that. Now, apparently, this shit happened before the show even went on.
Mm-hmm.
So more so with the WWE kind of being messy.
Mm-hmm.
But it was supposed to be a 6-pack challenge for the number one contender to Bianca Belair's title. Supposed to be Doudrop, Nikki Ash, the tag team champions, Sasha Banks and Naomi, and then Asuka and Becky Lynch.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, before the show started, Naomi and Sasha had an issue with a couple things about the match.
Mm-hmm.
One, they didn't understand why they already had beef that the route that they had to take to become tag team champions in the first place. They weren't on WrestleMania initially in the first place, and then all of a sudden they put them on the card. They ended up winning the titles. Cool. They have not done nothing with them titles since
2 months.
2 months, nothing. They told them they're not gonna defend their titles until Money in the Bank, which I think is still like another 2 months out.
Yep.
So what are we doing with our story? For one, why are we the champions that's not defending belts? For two, 3, the story was supposed to be one of them is pinning the other to go all over the top.
Yeah.
Apparently, it was supposed to be Naomi versus Bianca and Sasha versus Ronda for the belt. Neither one of them was going to win. They were just using them to enhance the other champion. So again, they like, what the fuck is the point of us being in this match? And then you have us pinning each other. And then you have us doing nothing after the fact.
Yeah.
What is the point of our stories and characters? We don't like that. Y'all kind of messing it up. We went to John Laurinaitis. He said, I understand what y'all trying to say. Cool. One of the producers had a whole bitch fit. Went out, hoopla and everything like that. Turned around, came back. No, y'all fix y'all attitude. So this is based on a tweet from somebody who apparently is close to Naomi on Twitter.
Yeah.
Went back, the producer had a bitch fit. So then they said, no, fuck that. I'm gonna go talk to a different boss. That boss came back with a little more resistance and said, no, y'all need to fix y'all attitude. Y'all just being spoiled. Y'all need to go out there and just do what y'all supposed to do.
Yeah.
Fuck what y'all told me. Then they turn around and say, all right, you know what? We don't feel respected. This, that, and the third. Apparently they left the belts and the briefcases on John Laurinaitis' desk and left the stadium. Before the show started.
Yeah.
Corey Graves goes on the TV and announces the match has been rescheduled as a one-on-one. I don't know why you dropped the other 2. You could have just made it a fatal 4-way. Instead, you dropped 4 instead of 2 and made it a one-on-one with Asuka and Becky Lynch. So now the issue is they're saying that they walked off, they left. It's a whole big stink, fuss, this, that, and the third. They blame them for being spoiled, entitled, things of that nature. Whereas and then they let Corey Graves go on there, call them unprofessional, kind of blast them on air on Raw, which in essence kind of puts them in the bad light, of course, because they're like, oh, well, y'all done messed up the main event and y'all done messed up the way the show's supposed to go, this, that, and the third. But if this story is even some semblance of true, I agree with them because they made valid points. You're not doing shit with us. You're not going to do anything with us. You go use us as fodder to the next champions. Y'all not letting us defend our belts at all.
Nope.
We don't have anything else going on. And then y'all still could have kept the other 2. But WWE came out with a statement and said that they had an issue with 2 of the wrestlers in there because they felt like they were going to get hurt.
Yeah. And that was what's her at
Nikki Ash?
Nikki Ash and the
Doudrop.
I won't say Diplo. Doudrop.
It's just kind of fucked up that they. Honestly, I don't want to make it like it's the black women kind of thing because Toni Storm walked out a couple months ago, and this is kind of the same thing. You know, doing shit with me, not really give me a chance. And then she went to AEW. She really didn't get blasted like that. They were like, "Oh man, she was heroic. For, she stood up for herself. She won over. She's making the best out of her situation to do for her." Whereas on the other end, it's like, "Oh no, y'all entitled, y'all spoiled, y'all ain't shit. This, that, and the third." And it's more so probably because of Sasha's history with the WWE and how she kind of has had her tiffs with management and not wanting to be there, and she ain't been there for months or disappeared for months because she had that lost at WrestleMania and things of that nature. So now 2 of the top women in the division are MIA. Somebody had a meme with Jimmy Uso saying that he was just standing in the arena by himself waiting on his ride and shit. I said Corey Graves, well, not me, Sam said Corey Graves better be on his best behavior because Jimmy ain't got shit to lose. Because he already had his DUIs and shit like that, so he ain't got shit else to lose. Like, he ain't shit to whoop ass. But I just thought that was kind of messed up the way they're presenting it to people. Again, if it's some semblance of the truth of what the Twitter guy said, again, WWE is just phrasing it as they're unprofessional, this, that, and the third, and we don't know what's going to happen next. But I would not be surprised to see Sasha show up on AEW. I don't know about Naomi because you got the whole bloodline thing.
But she's still under contract, right?
Yeah, but they release cats all the time.
They're not releasing Sasha. Yeah, that's stupid. Bro.
They want to release Mustafa Ali. They ain't releasing Sasha, fam.
You know what? You got a point.
Yo.
Because that motherfucker was out here that said, fuck WWE damn near.
But Sasha and Jade, though?
Boy.
That'd be cool.
Put her with, they stable over there?
The baddies.
Ooh. And she already was part of the team bad in the first place.
That'd be tough.
Ooh. But that's all speculation, though. So we'll kind of see how this story unfolds. But I wish them the best of luck. I really do, because that's a shitty situation to be in. But I understood y'all point if that's the point that y'all was making.
There you have it.
I like how he said tag team partners and ain't let you get a
No,
word.
but he kept going. Yeah, no, he was killing it though. That's what he was killing it. I should say.
I came in for the hot tag to finish the game.
Exactly. I concur, Roman.
All right. Well, that concludes the topic discussion portion of this show. So we can head right on into TECK Top Five.
5,
4, 3, 2,
1. TECK Top 5.
So which one of y'all got the results or wants to tabulate?
I can do a quick 1, 2, 3, 4.
All right. So last week's top 5 topic was top 5 recreational sports.
Mm-hmm. I won.
Did you?
No.
I saw a bunch of C's. Say that.
I guess a bunch of D's all over the place too.
Hey.
Hey yo.
I'm just letting you know, because I got right now. I started on IG. And I'm on Twitter.
I don't even know where my list was.
Don't even worry about it, because you ain't win. Don't even worry about it. Let's see, and then D1 on Twitter too. So we up to there.
We had paintball.
I did.
Yeah, let's see. C started coming in. You know, I didn't appreciate that.
No, I was looking. That's a solid list.
Man.
Yeah, Facebook's also too.
And so, D is the winner so far. I'm getting on Facebook now. Facebook, we got. Let's see. We got D, then C, D. Then we got D, C, D, 2 B's.
Listen, I'm gonna keep it real with you, fam. This ain't entertaining.
Listen. And then we got another D.
Count Dracula out here.
All I'm gonna say is I won. D won.
The letter of the day.
The letter of the day is D. For defeating you motherfuckers, I got the win. Give it to me.
Tomato.
Give it to me.
Tomato.
All right. What do we say this week? Oh, top five list. So next week we are celebrating 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 years of Technical Foul, our anniversary show.
Oh, 5 years.
So despite this week's robust response rate to the top 5, we are discontinuing the top 5 on a weekly basis. They will now be special occasion drafts for our holiday editions.
Mm-hmm.
So to go out with a bang, we figured we would rank our top 5 topics.
I'm not gonna lie, because you're just gonna be off the dome, because we had a million of them. This is 5 years worth of top 5s. Mm-hmm. There was too many goddamn top 5s to go through. But I will say my favorites, honestly, were the holiday drafts, because Thanksgiving drafts probably be top 3.
Most of them, so
but they were fun. I based them off of like how fun they were, and just
they're real fun.
Pull ass up. So number 5. Shit hell. I'm gonna go with. We did Marvel characters at one point.
I mean, I'm pretty sure you could just name topics like we probably.
I'm gonna go we did Marvel characters at number 5.
Yeah.
Number 4. I'm gonna go with our Thanksgiving Day draft number 4. But wait, the number 1 would be the very first one. That was the one we had a crowd in at Dude's crib and shit like that, and everybody was kind of like, that shit was fun. That was our very first one, wasn't it?
Oh,
that's when the 2 meats.
Was that the 2 meats?
I believe it was 2.5 meats.
2.5 meats. That's definitely number 1.
No, y'all thinking of different meats conversations.
Oh, hey, we done had so many meats, dog. So many meat conversations in this job.
I'm sorry, deviled eggs was the number 1 too.
Yeah,
that was the very first one. I think that was the first. So that would be my number 1 though. But Thanksgiving Day drafts honestly are truly my favorite top 5s that we've had. Because like I said, I was looking at some of the lists and I'm like, I really enjoy when we have our drafts. And like I said, the Thanksgiving one is the one I really look forward to the most. Mm-hmm. Even though I haven't won one, as Eric will probably allude to again. But
I mean, I don't know who won or not. Like, I know I've won 3. So.
Oh, Ken won one because he had the meats.
And Douche got one.
He sure did. But yeah.
All right. I'm also going off the top of the dome. So at 5, let's go with Marvel movies.
Okay.
It illuminated a lot. Well, for me, it showed like how much y'all did not fuck with the movies I fuck with, and how much I ain't fuck with the movies y'all fucked with. So that was fun. 4 was the it was like the dinner party.
Yeah,
that was a
when
good
Ken won an OJ.
That was a good one.
Yes.
Damn, I ain't gonna take it though.
I have OJ and Mike Tyson. We like, bro, you trying to get fucked up. Did you have Malcolm X there too? Oh no, you had Malcolm, didn't you? I think you had.
I might have Malcolm X.
I'm almost sure you had Malcolm.
Oh, my list was solid though.
I think you won that one too.
I should have. I should have. Still, OJ hit me up.
No, I'm pretty sure I won that one because I had women on my list.
It's possible.
I don't remember if I had Liz or if I had Skylar Diggins. I know I had a women's basketball player. It was probably Skylar Diggins. 3. Like, I have my top 2. I just don't know what 3 is. I'm built. This is a 10-match list. Let's go with WrestleManias.
Okay.
And then 2, I've got the podcast festival list where we rank the top 5 basketball players of all time.
That was fun. I got my give it to me from the crowd and shit. That was fun.
And then number 1, of course, is the first Thanksgiving draft. Like deviled eggs and potato salad. It was something else, mayonnaise. It was just like,
hella
oh,
mayo.
What are you doing?
Hella mayo on this plate.
It wasn't.
That's a classic.
What's potato? It might have been potato salad.
You had all the mayo.
You had all the mayo, Tim. Ken had all the meat.
Man, that's a good time. All right. I got like 8 on my short list here. Let's see. Number 5. I also realized a lot of my favorites were music related, but number 5, I'm going fictional athletes because Air Bud will always be.
The GOAT, bro. Buddy was the
That
GOAT.
will always be funny to me.
Air Bud.
He could do everything. Any sport.
And
his kids was cold too.
Bro. They're going to retrieve.
Number 4, I'm going with the Black Dinner Party draft. Number 3, I'm going with hip hop karaoke.
Hip hop anonymous.
I thought that was a very creative one. With hip hop song, you would do a karaoke.
I don't remember.
I can't remember hip hop karaoke was hard. I just was looking at the list. That one, I was like, that was a great idea.
We probably could run that one back to the next one.
One list had Rick Ross hustling, Jay-Z and Kanye, Niggas in Paris, Tupac and Dr. Dre, California Love, UGK and Outkast, International Players Anthem.
Is that my list?
And Jay-Z Big. Oh, it's my list.
Lit.
Is that my list, Big Pimp? I'm pretty sure I would have Big Pimp at number 1.
That was the first rap song that I
I
knew.
feel like
was
all
that
those
Aaron?
songs are like me.
I knew all the words.
I mean, it could be like we have some.
Then we got California Love on 1, Juicy, In the Club, Umbrella, Hotline Bling.
That definitely ain't my list.
And
That sound like
That's
That sound like my
like
list. God damn, what? That do sound like my list, though.
who's doing Umbrella, fam?
Me? What you mean?
Oh no,
Ella,
I think
Ella,
Eric.
hey.
I think that was your list. That was the first one.
There you go. The first one was me.
I'm
No,
pretty
the second
sure.
one with Rihanna.
The
The umbrella.
Because this was my list. Nothing But a G Thing, and then Like a Pimp, David Banner, Bodak Yellow, International Players Anthem, How You Ride.
I'm
Yeah,
curious as to what the hell I said.
I'm thinking this one is yours.
Yeah, it's a rock
Independent,
shit.
Some Cut,
Yep.
Roses,
Mm-hmm.
Effing Problems, International Players.
Like Boo Boo. Yeah.
My number 2 is going to be remixes better than the original because that required
that
a
one
lot
too.
of research and
Yeah.
that was so fun to do. And then number 1 is Thanksgiving draft, the very first one.
Yeah.
That shit was impressive, bro.
That's a classic.
I'd have to like find that episode. No one listen to it.
Crowd in there and shit. Like I think I was listening to that. Camille, you was listening to that one recently, weren't you?
Man, I be listening to our old stuff probably more often than y'all would imagine. I'll be sitting here cracking up, going down memory lane, thinking about them days in Duke's second bedroom.
What the?
Kicking it.
Didn't we do a Drake one?
We did Drake features.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, that's on my okay. All right, so my number 5 would be Marvel movies. Number 4, top Marvel characters. I know we did that. 3, I'm gonna do top Drake features. 2, top NBA players of all time. And then number 1 got to be the Thanksgiving draft.
By the way,
you have it.
The episode with the very first Thanksgiving draft is episode 26, Pass the Peas.
Like
26.
Yeah,
I gotta
I'm
go
like,
back and listen
I
to
was
it.
just scrolling through like our old, just the topic, just the titles of the episodes. It was like a team full of Tims.
That was the we was talking about the Olympic team.
Air Bud, the Vodka Twins activated, which is appropriate for this show. Well, I mean, Tim. Yeah.
I'm the tech.
Dilly. Remember when Tim was saying dilly?
At the end of every show.
Dilly.
Yeah.
The team goes. I don't even remember the context for that one.
What was
we
CYT?
we had Seth.
What was the butt naked?
What was CYT? We said the acronym will make sense in the end.
CYT?
Check your tits.
Really?
This nigga.
Probably.
It
probably was something to do with titties.
Or calm your tits. Or
Call me a tits. That's what it because you're your co-worker.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that is what. Oh, that's.
It was totally tits and call me tits.
Totally tits.
No, we should do. Hey, next week we should just kind of go through.
Shit, we should do our top 5 titles for the shows.
I think we've done that. We've done that one before.
I would love to do a clip show. We got to somehow.
Next,
That's a lot.
I was gonna say.
I know it's a lot, but
Listen, if we split it up, we could probably make it happen.
I want to do that.
We got 250 to go through. You gotta everybody get
Period. And the.
Period.
That shit was funny.
What was the one we did with the horses? It was butt naked. Mine was butt naked.
Give it to me, butt naked.
Give
Give it to me.
Then she put us on the damn jockeys on the damn cover art. Cheesing and shit.
Hey, smiling hard as hell.
Let's miss some
Oh
classics,
man,
bro.
Butt naked. Give it to me. Butt naked. Give it to me. They're neck and neck.
the best thing about it, honestly, when I'm reading some of the titles, I remember the moment. So it's like, oh yeah, that like and place.
Yeah. Thought smack.
That's why Eric was out here making noises.
Oh man.
I'm gonna also say it again. Episode 67. Welcome to the party. It's probably one of the greatest episodes of Technical Foul
was
Wait, which one was it?
Welcome to the party. We kidnapped
Welcome
Eric.
to the party.
Oh yes, I remember that one. Hell yes. Listen
shit
to
was
that one.
hilarious.
That one was hilarious.
I remember looking at it, I was like, oh shit.
Yes. I remember that.
That was funny.
Yes, that was funny. That's funny.
I think I'm at the party, guys.
Hey, we was hell yeah!
Yeah, that was fun. He was getting like, yeah, we got his ass.
geeked, bro.
We got his ass.
We were so excited, bro.
The thing is, I was so pissed, but I couldn't be at the moment.
Like, fuck it. Just fuck it.
The party didn't allow it.
The party was lit. There's been some classics, bro. That's gonna be we need to hire an intern for a clip show.
Yeah, hey, Mark.
There's too many.
Mark, we need you.
Oh,
where's
shit.
Mark at, bro?
Yeah,
We need
you know
Mark.
what? We haven't seen. Well, we ain't been.
For the tweeting.
I mean, he ain't tweeted us in.
No,
Yeah,
he
man,
did
Mark,
recently.
Where you been at?
He said something recently.
I know you listening.
Anyway,
Mark, tweet us when you get this message.
We got a time.
Make sure we all right, bro.
One more title for y'all. Episode 115. Tim Smart as hell this episode.
This episode, bogus as hell. Yeah, he was pulling out. accurate stats, bro. Those were accurate stats as hell, dude. She was like, I'm sick of y'all motherfuckers.
Close your mouth when you're talking to me.
Yeah. So many. Yeah, that clip show may have.
Yeah, we definitely gotta do that, bro.
Yeah, 99 is neck and neck.
Okay, neck and neck.
99.
The bee's knees. fam.
Oh, the bees knees.
Knee slappers.
So I really didn't know bees had knees.
Bees really got knees.
Bees really got knees.
That's funny. Yeah, it was. Yeah. Oof. It's been a long time.
Yeah, man, we definitely got to get that part.
Yeah, we gonna have to. Next week episode we might just have to reminisce and just
Just a
have some
throwback
fun.
episode. Oh
Yeah, man.
Throwing hands with the dugout.
that shit was fun. He beat the man, bro. My man's came out whooping, ready to whoop everybody. He was big as hell too. You know what? That would probably be funny. Like, just everybody just pick a clip.
God damn. No More Bleeps was episode 121. Like, I didn't realize we got that
Oh, we got that far?
Well,
Yeah,
no,
fam.
hey,
Bleep
shout
it
out
for
to
a
you.
minute.
120 episodes of straight editing. Fire, bro.
Dooch was over there like, yeah, it was that damn long.
Hey, I was ridiculous, bro. I know I was ridiculous.
No more beeps. And then Seth
Hey,
came
hold on.
up.
Ain't nobody listening right now anyway, so hold on, wait. I'm gonna try to do this.
Yeah, that's funny. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Damn. It's been a while. It's
Flying underwater.
Hey, that
shout out to Deion Waiters.
I was going to say,
High as hell on that damn plane.
What did you say?
Did y'all hear the audio playing and I was playing?
Oh, no, we ain't hear nothing.
Oh, dang.
Oh, you on your phone. Your phone ain't gonna hit it.
No, I was trying to. It said some can share play. I was like, oh, we have to end the episode. Ain't nobody listening no more anyway.
Oh, hold on. Did something pop up?
No, ain't nothing.
All right, but yeah, we
We'll
are too.
handle it next week.
So that is the show for this week. Mil usually starts this wrap up point, so like I'm throwing the whole thing off. But still for the next month or so, your world champion Milwaukee Bucks burner on Twitter.
Until the finals is over.
Until a new champion is crowned, I'm still taking it.
That's fair.
That's all you get.
Damn right.
Oh, yeah, the order is all off. I'm Camille.
Yeah, I saw
Camille Monet.
Whatever, man.
Camille
Follow
Monet.
me on social
C-A-M.
media. Camille Monet. CAMILEMONAE.
Because
your mom is fancy.
My mom, yeah,
there
all
you
that.
go. There you go.
Don't be
Every
flying underwater.
Exactly.
I wish.
Everyday underscore gentleman. Everyday underscore gentleman on Instagram.
I swear we've been doing this for 5 years. That don't sound like it.
216 on Twitter and Snapchat.
And it's your boy, TIMKINZ, Mr. Consistency, the number 3, aka Ass Ketchum, aka Mr. Give It To Me.
Boo. Tomato.
Dilly Dilly.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.